fellow Dentonites, welcome back to an extra special on the site, on the stage production of The Buzz in Denton. I'm here with Haley, and she's a director of The Odd Couple, the female edition. Thanks for being here, Haley.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And if you guys don't know, this is the new Annex Theater, Denton Theater Annex Theater, right in Golden Triangle Mall. As you can see, we're on set. We got the special privilege of being here, which is kind of awesome for me anyway. I've never been on stage before. I know you have all the time, but
not all the time, but I mean, you've been there for me a couple of times when I had been. So I'm happy to have you on this side of the camera. So
I love it. Thank you. So Haley, talk to us. What's going on? Tell us about the show a little bit. Get these people pumped up about wanting to come see this.
Well, I think first things first is it's a classic, even though it is the female version. Odd Couple was on television in the 80s, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was originally a play in the 60s, still all written by Neil Simon. And so this female version, which was originally put out in the 80s, it's based in the 80s, right? So that's our setting. And it doesn't really change too much from the original script. You still have your Felix, it's just now Florence, and your Oscar is now Olive, and the same amount of hilarity. The Pigeon Sisters are now the Consuelos brothers. Just changes the dynamic a little bit, but it's great. I think it tells a really heartfelt story, which I think Neil Simon has a very just a knack for doing, to tell a heartfelt story through humor. You know, it's a story of friendship, it's a story of love, it's a story of, man, that was a weird roommate decision, and that didn't last very long. I think we've all probably been there with one of two bad roommates, but not necessarily bad. And I mean, you think on the experience fondly, but you just know it didn't work out for you.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It can be a little tough during this while you're going through it, but then afterwards, that wasn't so bad. I learned some stuff.
Well, to be fair, my brother is my roommate right now, and we are definitely a Florence and an Olive situation. I'm definitely more the Florence. He's more the Olive. Olive's a little messy. Florence is a little neurotic. That's a nice way to put it. So as you can see right now, this is very much Olive's apartment before Florence has moved in. Florence moves in and puts a lovely touch on it. So
it's kind of fun. Yeah. So what made you decide to be the director of this show?
Well, truth be told, I was reading some shows over the summer, and I was reading just comedic scripts. I love comedy more than anything, and I think that humor is a great way to be able to tell a story, get somebody to laugh while they're probably otherwise could be in tears, maybe some tears of laughter even. But I was reading some scripts, and I stumbled upon Neil Simon, and I read a couple of his other shows, and then I found this one, and I actually didn't know anything about Odd Couple previously. I didn't know anything about the TV show. I didn't know anything about the original Odd Couple version. I actually found the female version first, and that really struck a chord with me because I love working with women. I think that especially in theater, men, they get pretty much any role they want, at least from what I've understood, because there's always a need for men. And there's always a bunch of women coming to auditions, at least the auditions that I've been to. And so I was like, okay, this is perfect, because now we have this opportunity for a bunch of women to come out. And there's also a certain safety because I'm a first-time director. So a certain safety that you get working with other women that I think is almost a little innate. And so I was very excited to stumble upon this female version and then read it. And I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, I should try my hand at directing because I just wanted to. So
because you do sports therapy.
Yeah, so I'm an athletic trainer.
She's an athletic trainer. Now she's up here I just want to be a director now. That's how awesome she is.
This is just a hobby.
Oh, sure.
I'm an athletic trainer for Denton High School, and I'm also a sports medicine and a PE teacher up there. And I love my job, my day-to-day job, but definitely getting involved in Theater Denton in 2020 with Music Man. I was person number 8. I had a whole 9 words to myself. So I think in the past, it'll be 2 years this May that I auditioned for that. So in the past 2 years, I've definitely had some growth when it comes to theater. Yeah, just recently Martha Watson and White Christmas, which was an absolute blast, working with 2 fabulous directors. And I don't think I've had a poor experience in Theater Denton working with directors. And I kind of wanted to be one of those people. I wanted to give people like me opportunities to be on the stage and to tell a story and have some fun and meet some people. So we have 2 people in this show that have never participated in a Theater Denton activity.
Wow, okay.
Which was
Denton, but they've acted before.
Yes, they've acted before. So one recently with an acting degree, and then one recently moved to Frisco from Chicago.
Okay.
So this is their first. I think that their last show actually was a 2020 show, and when COVID happened, they were in Tech Week, and so I don't think they've been on the stage since then, if I'm remembering correctly. So a recent transplant coming in, and then I have a couple of people who have done some Theater Denton stuff, but maybe haven't had the larger role to participate in. And since it is a small cast, everybody does a little bit of everything. You know, like everybody's been kind of helping with props. Everybody helps like find their own costumes. We've had 2 set building days, which, you know, our Olive and our Florence both came to. I mean, it's awesome to be able to say that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been great. I've been able to pull a bunch of people from shows that I've been in and lean on them in this show and learn from them. I had been doing that along the way, not necessarily realizing that I wanted to direct, but now that I am, it's just been awesome.
No, I mean, I think it's just really cool that 2 years ago, not even quite 2 years ago, you got on your stage for the first time as number 8.
Person number 8.
Person number 8, just person. No.
I was a damn good person
with
number 8.
9 lines. She was the best person number 8 you've ever seen in your life. And then within less than 2 years of directing your first play, that's incredible.
It's just fun. I mean, I think there's a challenge in it. Let me take that back. There is a challenge in it. There's no thinking about that. And maybe that's a part of it and why I'm like, okay, let's keep testing the waters. But I mean, in this show, I've learned lighting design. I have learned how to use a sound software. I designed the set for better or for worse because I forgot that I could actually ask someone to design the set. And we had already started the show and I was like, well, I guess if nobody else has that job, it'll be me. Yeah. And I've learned so much. And I wouldn't take any of it back. I probably would be a little bit smarter and maybe pull in some more hands at the beginning.
Okay.
But I got to learn. So
yeah. Well, it's the best way of learning.
Exactly. Trial by fire.
And then what are the dates of the show?
So we open tomorrow on the 19th.
Okay. The 19th.
So we have 2 weekends, the 19th, 20th, 21st, and then the next weekend, which another Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 26th, 27th, 28th.
Okay. You hear that, guys.
Our Fridays and Saturdays are at 7:30. House opens at 7 o'clock. So you can buy tickets at the door, but thankfully, we are nearly sold out.
Wow.
Less than, I think less than about 30% of our seats. Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, you know the director. Maybe I can get you in or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But we have some donated beer and wine from Steve's Wine Bar, wine from Steve's Wine Bar.
Okay.
And we have boozy tea from Owl's Brew. It's a woman-owned company. Okay. They donated a couple of cases of some boozy tea.
Yeah.
And trying to think.
The actors get that, right?
Not prior to the show.
Oh, okay.
We don't need to be missing cues by any means, but it is free.
Okay.
Tips welcome. Yeah, so we can maybe get more for the second weekend in case we get cleared out. But yeah, so we'll have that set up. We'll have someone out in the house selling season tickets as well, someone from the governing board, and then we'll sell tickets at the door for this show. And then hopefully we'll fill all the seats and we'll have a lot of laughs and maybe shed a tear and go home.
Tears of laughter.
Tears of laughter. I don't know. It gets a little serious at some points.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have the balance.
Fair.
It's hard to have the laughs without like some of the sadness. Maybe it doesn't make the laughs as hearty if you don't get to experience a little bit of the lows. I
can see that. I can see that. That's awesome. So you guys heard that January 16th, 17th, 19th, 20th.
Today is the 17th.
18th, 19th, and 20th.
So today's the 18th, January 19th, 20th, and 21st.
There we go. Yeah.
This weekend.
Too bad I don't edit things out. You get to see all the flubs. And then the following weekend is the 26th, 27th, and 28th of January. So you guys come on out, check it out. It's only $15. I mean, you can't do it. Really the season passes, is that just season passes for just this?
So season pass includes, if you buy a season tickets, it includes shows at Theater Denton's campus theater in the Point Bank Auditorium. Okay. So really, I mean, you can't beat that, especially if you love coming to live theater. I mean, we have Moon for the Misbegotten already casted and coming up. Okay. I've been hearing some really solid, I think is it Scottish accents or Irish accents?
Oh, I can do that.
You should have auditioned.
I should have auditioned.
See, we got to get you on this side more often than not. No, yeah. So we got that coming up. Some other great shows coming up in the Annex. Stupid Effing Bird is going to have auditions, I think, in a couple weekends. Okay. Either that or next weekend. It's going to be great. That's also a new first-time director for Theater Denton, Summer Camus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we have a great Annex season, I think, especially for like, we had Tea for Three in here, and then we also had Trapped in here, which was an ensemble piece that a Denton Knight wrote. So we've had some stuff in here already, but this is like our inaugural season in the Annex at the Golden Triangle Mall. So it's going to be great.
So guys, come on out, check them out, come see what's going on happening here because it's fun. You know, it's what, 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours. Act
With
1,
intermission?
yeah, with an intermission. Act 1 runs about 45 minutes. Act 2 is a little bit longer, which is usually flip flop. But
okay.
I mean, it's odd, right? We got to keep it
you
odd.
got that too.
So,
I can see that. Yep,
yeah.
Yep. So guys, come on out, check it out. It's in Golden Triangle Mall. You heard the dates. They should have been on the screen a couple times. We'll have them at the beginning. We'll have them at the end, so you'll see what's going on. So, anything else to add before we sign off?
You can buy your tickets online.
Okay.
You can buy them at the door. But the only way you'll get the laughs is if you come. So I hope that you come out. I mean, these actors and everybody involved with this show has worked incredibly hard, supported me very well. I will no doubt tear up during my curtain speech tomorrow because it's the first time I'm ever giving a curtain speech. Either that or I'll just say all my words wrong. So I'll get some laughs, some cries. But yeah, the only way you can laugh is if you're in the seats. So please come out and see us.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, so come on out. We'll check y'all out. And as we always like to sign off, we'll see you guys out there.